Imagine waking up one morning, you walk outside, bodies being burned in the streets. Over half of the people you know, over half the people you know are dead. Even though this event happened hundreds of years ago, we can still apply a lot of the lessons learned. The Black Plague didn't just kill some people. It erased entire families, villages in some situations. Towns completely changed, annihilated, and had to be abandoned in some situations. Potentially all started with a battle in Crimea. The Mongols, who were being affected by the Black Plague, they started throwing their dead, the people that had died from the plague, they started catapulting them over the walls of Crimea in essentially one of the very first methods of biological warfare. So the people from Crimea bailed out. They escaped. They transported this disease all over Europe. The people, infected people, and flea-infested rats aboard these ships spread this disease across Europe. And this densely populated Europe, where people were all crammed into small spaces, was the perfect breeding ground for this disease. Now, interestingly enough, while the disease reportedly was started with the Mongol, the disease was not nearly as devastating in Asia as it was in Europe. Why? Mongols were suffering from this disease, clearly. They were dying from it. It wasn't as catastrophic as it was with the European populations. And some scholars believe that this is because the Asians had built up some sort of natural immunity, some tolerance to this disease because they had experienced it before. We need to build up our immune systems. We need to strengthen our bodies before the disaster. We need to spend more time outside, exposing ourselves to more microorganisms. Europe had jam-packed, crowded cities. They stored their food in piles, in bags, in cellars. Asia had a much more widely distributed population. They stored a lot of their foods in sealed pots, sealed containers. Were known to build rodent-proof structures to store their food. So what can we do with our food storage, to keep the critters away, keep the rats and the other vermin away? We could store them in kind of airtight, sealed up containers, glass jars, things that rats and rodents can't potentially. Storage bins underneath beds, or they'll even use 5-gallon buckets, 55-gallon plastic drum, airtight, watertight, nothing's gonna get in there. Hand washing, regular bathing, boiling your water. History has shown us that illnesses, diseases can